Welcome to Tai Chi. Hey, everybody ready? Let's warm up. Hands at your waist, turn your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Expand your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Waist exercise. Look at the heel of your opposite foot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Airplane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Touch toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Be careful. Shift your weight. Kick your foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kick your butt. 1, 2, hands at your waist. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Heisman, opening up your span, parallel feet, choose one side, cross and sit on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shift your weight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Short one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so very good. So we're going to go over how to be a golden cockerel. Okay, and I know that some of you or all of you have been practicing. So when you be a golden cockerel, we remember that we are incorporating safety measures. So what are our safety measures? We're concentrating, we're shifting our weight. The hand that comes to the center of our body helps us with our balance. The other hand that sits to the side is our counterbalance hand. We're focusing 2 inches below our navel, which is our danten. We're not looking for a high kick. We're looking for something very safe. And all of you are moving very well. Sometimes we have pretty good balance. Other times there seems to be something a little bit wrong. But no matter what, don't be down on yourself, okay? It comes and goes, and slowly over time, we have not only the confidence, but we build up the strength, conditioning, stamina, and of course, muscles. All right? Very good, actually, really good. And it'll get better, a lot better over time. The next movement is called a kick out. So when we kick out, we also center ourselves by shifting our weight, centering by bringing our right hand on the outside of our cross to allow our right kick to be followed. Whereas the left hand is on the outside of the cross to allow us to follow our left foot that kicks out. The other hand that does not follow the kick counters that kick and hand to give us a better sense of balance. Okay? So let's just do it a few more times. Okay, a few more sets. Centering and kicking out. Shifting our weight, centering, and kicking out. Centering and following that kick. And centering and out. Okay, very good again. We also learned some basic footwork or feet work. We know that this is called a T stance. A T because it looks like the capital letter T. We also remember that no 2 feet can be equally weighted, especially if we're going to have movement. The foot that is going to move should be weightless. Therefore, the foot that has the weight bears all your body weight and is grounded or rooted. To have a foot grounded or rooted, you cannot stay locked like this with my knee locked in. It has to come down and flex so it can hold my weight. Part of this weight or this weight is all your energy. The energy needs to then be generated through your feet, ankles, legs, knees, thighs, cross your hips and waist to come out on an L stance. T stance, it has to come, generate up, out across, and then become a bow stance. We also learned how to sit back and sit down on an imaginary stool. This is called a twist step. We root down on this left foot. We bring the right foot to the letter T as a stem. We take an L stance, out and to the side. Move that energy up and across our body, flatten down to become a bow stance. The bow of the arrow is your bow of the right foot, and the arrow straight without locking that knee in the back is the arrow. We keep our Tai Chi posture, which we forgot to go over, but we will. This is called a sit back. Sit down and sit back. We pivot on our heel, called a twist step. Firm down. This is the letter T or T stance. Out and to the side in one motion on your heel. Here we go. This is an L. Move that energy up and across. Flatten it down. Bow stance. We also said that the knee should be in line with the toe, never beyond. If the knee is beyond the toe, it throws our posture forward and we are not erect. Therefore, we are not in good Tai Chi posture. So we need to bring that knee and make it aligned to our toe. Then we're allowed to sit back and sit down. Pivot. Root down or bear down on that left foot. Bring the right foot to the stem of the capital letter T. The weightless or insubstantial foot now can move. Where is it going to go? It's going to go out and to the side on its heel in one motion. Out and to the side on its heel. Move the energy from the back foot up and across, flatten out, adjust the back foot to a 45-degree angle. Sit back, sit down. Pivot. Root down on the right. Stem of the left foot. T stance. Out and to the side on your heel. That's an L stance. Turn the hips and waist. Flatten down. Make the adjustment in the back foot. Bow stance. Sit back, sit down. Pivot. T stance. Out and to the side on an L. Move the hips and waist, adjust the back foot, flatten the front foot, bow stance. Sit back, sit down. Pivot. Root down. T stance. L stance. Move the hips and waist, bow stance. Sit back, sit down. Pivot. T stance. Okay. The reason why we want our feet work really done and understood correctly is because tonight we're going to start to put hand motions to them. So if you don't know your feet work and you start to put hand motions to it, something's going to give. Okay? So we want to make sure we lay the groundwork first on one, which is the feet, then gradually build on it. I think you'll be happier that way. It'll make more sense. So from where you are, you're going to watch what we just accomplished. We said that this is a T stance. We can never have a T stance where we're erect like this. We're going to have to root down because we want to store our energy. The better we can store our energy, the better we can move that energy. If the energy is somewhere on this insubstantial foot that needs to move and our substantial foot, then the energy cannot move as readily and as forceful because we already have some energy on the foot that should be weightless. So it's easier to weight it all down in the substantial foot to allow it to come out, across, and then down. This is a bow stance. This is a sit back and sit down in one motion. This is a twist step. Rooting down, I never have to come up and down, it's rooted down. This is my T, this is my L. Move that energy across, flatten down, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot. When I pivot, I'm already down, so I don't need to raise the level and lower the level. The level that I chose or I am doing or have chosen is what I feel comfortable in. If it is too low or not low enough for you, that's your call. But Tai Chi is never done straight-legged. If it's straight-legged, more than likely you have weight on two sides. Once you flex, you know that that foot has all your weight. If you're upright like this, more than likely there is weight on the foot that needs to be moved, which is not correct, which is incorrect. That would cause you to stumble or cause an accident. So it should be totally weightless. If it's totally weightless, you're going to have a hard time keeping this knee straight. It's easier to weight down and then move. And you can try all of this and you will probably reinforce and understand what I'm saying a little bit better. So a big portion of feet work and all of Tai Chi is dependent on posture. So it's not the posture of a soldier, neither is it a posture of a rag doll, but somewhere in between. So what is it that's in between? And you can do it as I call out the elements, and you should have that pretty much on your fingertips as to what the posture is, okay? So the posture is drop your shoulders, drop your shoulders. When you drop your shoulders, you're a little bit more relaxed. But when you take into that one element of dropping your shoulders, you find that your chest is hollowed out. It's not stiff as a board. It kind of relaxes so that there's like a hollowness in it. You also find that your butt now is not protruding out, neither is it straight flat. It is tucked under. It's slightly, so this is, I don't know what you can see, but this is straight, and then when its shoulders are relaxed and hollow chest, this butt is naturally tucked under. Something else occurs in that your knees now are relaxed, okay? But you remember that I said that in a Tai Chi posture, if we have not moved or generated our internal energy, our knees should not be flexed like this. They should be relaxed, ready for that, for the movement to occur. So in a Tai Chi posture, you're dropping your shoulder, hollowing your chest, tucking your butt, relaxing your knee, but not flexing your knee, okay? So it's relaxed, ready for action. Your chin now is not parallel to the floor, but slightly dipped downward. But that doesn't make your glance to the floor. Your glance should always be ahead of you, way out into infinity. It does not stop to the next person, neither to the wall, neither to the car, but something way beyond that. Your spirits are uplifted. You're thinking of something very positive, whether it be an image, whether it be a song or an experience, okay? Your neck is straight. Shoulders are relaxed, neck is straight, not tilted or anything, but how can you check that? The really important thing about Tai Chi is that whatever we learn with posture and feet and understanding your body has a definite carryover to everyday activities. Okay, so it's a discipline. The more you work on it, probably everything that you do will be complemented or at an advantage because you know a little bit more about your body, plus you've gained your stamina, strength, confidence, and posture definitely. So through the middle of your skull, there is a imaginary silk-silver thread that holds you all the way to the heavens. That thread goes through your body, through the center of your body at all the different danten points. If it holds you erect, you will always have good balance. So how can you get that to play into your balance? You're going to have to focus and you're going to have to concentrate. So the main danten we're looking at is 2 inches below your navel, in the center. That is your center of balance. So say you're doing golden cockerel and you're faltering and you feel like you don't want to fall. You concentrate a little bit more harder and you think about your center of gravity, your danten. The extremities of where you put your feet and where you put your hands will come natural once you understand where they should be and why they should be there. Center the front hand, counterbalance the other hand. This leg that comes up, right and right hand, right foot coming up, should come towards the center rather than shift your weight and stay out here, because then your body is now then pulling from left and right, but you center it. So all of this has to do with posture, that thread that's holding you erect. Therefore, your neck should never be protruding forward to the side or to the back, arching your back, because that's not Tai Chi posture. But it's easy to get into that predicament because if you're not strict with yourself and you're on a T stance and you have your ball, I can face this way, and when you part the wild horse's mane and you get out of your Tai Chi posture, just because your hands are moving forward and you want to somehow stay in tune with it with your body, you're definitely out of posture, definitely not doing great Tai Chi. The knee at that first movement went way beyond the toes. This is going to make you fall. So what are you going to have to do? Bring the knee back to the align with the toe and keep your neck erect, keep your posture. Don't arch your back because you'll fall back. See, all that type of thing, okay? So it's really important to understand, lay the groundwork, and maybe do it wrong like I did. Let's do it wrong, and then let's correct it, okay? All right. Now we're getting into hands, so how are we going to do that? Let's just keep our hands here and still do it wrong, okay? All right, T-stance. Out, root it down to store all that energy. Out on an L. Turn the hips and waist, move that energy, bow stance, and push your knee forward beyond your toes and say, no, we're gonna fall. Therefore, bring your knee back up and align it to your toe. It straightened out your back knee, your back leg also, so it's definitely a bow and the back one is an arrow. Do it wrong again. Push forward. Your neck is not aligned. Your silk silver thread is not adhered to. Push your knee back. Sit down. Stand erect with your shoulders dropped. Sit back, sit down. Pivot. Root down. T. Let's do it correctly. Out on an L. Move the energy, adjust the back foot, bow stance. Ask yourself, is your knee in line with your toe? Is your arrow straight in your left foot or left leg? And do you feel that you still have your Tai Chi posture? You're the best judge. Sit back, sit down on an imaginary stool. Where is your weight? Your weight is on your left, because your right needs to pivot. Twist on your right, root down on the right, bring your left to the stem of the T, bring it out on an L on its heel, generate that energy up and across and down, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot, T. Okay, so let's move with our hands now, okay? So let's learn how to repulse the monkey, okay? So when you repulse anything, you're pushing away, pushing that person, pushing that animal, pushing the monkey in this instance away from you, okay? So when you repulse the monkey, 2 hands, the whole body's working. And remember, whenever we move hands, it's not just the hand that's moving, it's our core. It's our core all the time. But in the beginning, you're trying to achieve where do the hands belong, what do they look at in the end of the movement. So of course, you're looking at your hands and where they should end. But realize that our goal is to make our whole body work for ourselves. And Tai Chi is not just hands, definitely hands, feet, mind, whole body. So when we repulse the monkey, our left hand, we do both sides. So this time I want you to put your left hand, palms to the ceiling, the center of your body. Okay, and in this type of Tai Chi, our hand and our elbows are never outreached. There always is a curve, a natural curve in the elbow. Your left hand is in the center as if it were catching a ball coming from the ceiling. So therefore, there's your hand is cupped, okay? The right hand is not across your body, but slightly behind. It is not across your body, but slightly behind and higher. Left hand is in the center as if it were catching a ball. Right hand is not out to the side, but slightly higher, as if it were catching yet another ball coming from the other direction, okay? You're going to be in good Tai Chi posture, and you're going to bring the back or higher hand towards your ear. Can you just move it like this? It seems simple. It seems as if we're only using hands. However, Tai Chi warrants that you use your core. So just realize that it's something more than just a hand motion. Out of experience of me delivering and instructing, I'll say, bring your hand to your ear. So you notice that I don't bring it this way. You notice that I don't turn my hand and do it this way. All I do is I have it open to the palm open to the ceiling, not to the side, but slightly back, and I just bring it to my ear. Okay, so you're centered your hand, you're bringing it to your ear, okay? So far, so good. Everybody's doing well. Now, you're going to glance at it. You're not going to look at it this way, but you're going to see it through the corner of your eye coming to your ear. So you're going to follow it. You're going to turn your hand, turn your face, meet both hands in the center. And then you're going to slide the top hand forward and the bottom hand backwards. That's how you repulse the monkey. The other side, okay, overview first. Right hand now centers your body. Left hand comes up higher, catching the ball that's coming from the ceiling, catching the ball that's coming from the side. Glancing at the back hand that's higher, bringing it to your ear, turning your face, turning your hand to meet both hands in the center. As you slide forward, slide back. Repeating, left hand in the center, right hand up higher, glancing at the back or right hand, bringing it to your ear, turning your face, meeting both hands in the center, and sliding forward and back. Center, up higher, glance, open, bring it to your ear, turn your face, meet both hands in the center, and slide back, slide forward. Center, higher, look, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, open, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, open, ear, glance, turn, meet, slide. Last one. Center, higher, open, ear, glance, turn, meet, slide. Okay? Your turn to watch. So this is commencing form, and we'll cover it in a little while. So I have a good Tai Chi posture. I feel like I can open and begin. This is what I call rotating of the hands. They touch your thigh. I raise it as if I'm drawing up water. I'm pushing down that water and flexing my knees so I can ground myself. I center my left hand. Right hand rises up higher. I open both to the ceiling. I glance at the backhand, bringing it to my ear, turn my face, meet both hands at the center, slide forward, slide back. Center the right hand. Left hand up higher, open both to the ceiling, catching those two different balls coming two different directions. Bringing it to your ear, turning your face, meeting in the middle, sliding forward, sliding back. So this is a drill. Center, higher, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, open, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. Look at my feet. Look at my knees. Are they standing up straight? No, because we have generated some energy. Therefore, the knees are flexed. So this is really ideal about Tai Chi in that whenever you do Tai Chi, you're always in a semi-squat position. So what does the semi-squat position do? It gives you the endurance, the strength, the muscles, the stamina that you need in your limbs. Okay? And the more you practice Tai Chi, the stronger you can be, the better you are whenever there's a challenging potential accident occurring. Okay, so that's repulsing of the monkey. It's tiring. It can be beautiful once you relax, put music to it, and you put it into the sequence of the movements of the 10 form or any form. Okay. In commencing form, which is the first movement, the second movement is repulsing of the monkey. We're going to cover the commencing part first. Okay, so rather than do it with me, listen first to listen to the key words that I use and the posture that I use, okay? Then there'll be many, many times for practicing. So it's taken for granted that I have good Tai Chi posture, and I'm ready to commence, okay? Commencing form. With commencing form, I have my weight evenly distributed. I know that you know that there's going to be movement. However, to start, you need 50 and 50 on each side. Okay? So I'm going to slowly drain the weight off of one foot, which is my left. And this is how I'm going to do it. Deliberately, slowly, lifting up my heel, on my sole, on my toe. Then I'm going to open and put my toe down, my sole down, my arch down, my heel down. My hands rotate, they touch my clothes, and they come to the middle of my thigh. I then wear a pair of mittens. How do you wear mittens as opposed to a pair of gloves? The four fingers are together, not tight together, and the thumb is away. I'm rotating on my thigh. I'm drawing up water. Water's so hard to draw up. Therefore, you're pushing yourself to use your core. At shoulder level, I'm pushing down that water. If that water is hard to push down, I need the strength of my feet to hold my weight. Therefore, I flex my knee. I'm generating my energy now, okay? So can we go through that, okay? I'm going to stand this way because it doesn't matter, other than what I move for my left foot is on the other side, but it's your left foot also, okay? So we said good Tai Chi posture, dropping those shoulders, hollowing out your chest, tucking your butt, chin down, silk silver thread. We forgot to talk about our tongue. It's on our palate, not against your teeth, but it's against on our palate. Head erect. Okay, and your danten is in play, you know where it is. We're at 50-50, evenly distributed. The fingertips should stay to the side seam of your pants, okay? Slowly drain the weight off of our left foot. So our right foot now has 60, 70, 80. Our heel can come up of our left foot. On our sole, on our toe, it's about 90, 95, 100% open. Toe doesn't plop down. Toe, sole, arch, heel. Hands rotate to the middle of your thighs. Touch your clothes. Drop your water. Wear your mittens. Use your core at shoulder level. Tuck your elbow, wrists, and drop and flex your knees. Center the left hand. Right hand rises up higher, opens to the ceiling, palms open, glancing at your backhand. Bring it to your ear. Turn your face. Meet both hands in the middle. Slide the top hand forward, other one back. The hand is centered in the right. You're going to turn it, turn your face, open up both palms to the ceiling, glancing at the backhand, bringing it to your ear, turning your face, meeting both hands in the middle. Check your hands and see if they're like mine. Slide forward, slide back. Center, higher, open, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, glance, open, ear, turn, meet, slide. Okay, very good. Okay, let's look at how we meet both hands in the center. One hand is already in the center. It's catching that ball coming from the ceiling. So therefore, the palm should be ready for it rather than turn. You'll never catch it. You'll hit your thumb. So you're going to have to center it by keeping it open. The hand that's coming from the top, remember, doesn't move. You shouldn't have to change the way your hand is coming. If it's set up correctly, it should just come here, come here at a glance, turn your neck, move the hand. This is how those hands should be. This hand in the center was already set up to catch that ball. All we now have to do is add that back hand as if we're catching the ball that's coming straight ahead of us. One catching from the one hand set up for the ball on the ceiling, the other one catching straight ahead of us. When we are at this point, the top hand slides forward, the bottom hand slides back. So can I get you to get to this point? Okay, now slide, 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 slide. That's that motion, but it's too short. It has to slide this way. So you saw that my hand didn't come this way. My arm, when it slid, it came like this. That's all you need to do. And the rest is another motion going the other side, okay? So I like to repeat myself because if I say it in another way, perhaps it's more understandable. And sometimes the first time you hear it, there's too much to listen to. The second time, you've filtered in some of the information and you can get a little bit more out of it. So this is what I said. When you repulse the monkey, one hand is centering my body rather than out here, or even crossing my body. It's centered towards my body. It's catching a ball that's coming from the ceiling. Therefore, the hand should not be flat. It should be ready for that round ball. I also said that you're wearing your mittens. Therefore, you're not wearing a glove. So in a soft way, the four fingers are closer together, whereas the thumb is apart. That's all it means, okay? I'm not going to be really, really particular, but I do want you to know and understand where the movements come from, okay? So this hand is centered, whereas the other hand sits not to the side of your body, but slightly back. And it's not in the same level, but it's slightly higher. That's all I mean by higher. So if you can mimic me, the center hand is catching that ball. The back hand is not across and not at the same level, but back and slightly higher. It's getting ready to do this. Can you just do this? Did I move my wrists and did I move my fingers? No, everything just went for the ride. Everything is being dictated by my core, although I say, put your hand to your ear. It is really generated by your mind and your core. So this is that motion. Then we said we're going to glance at it. We're not going to totally turn our ways to look at it, but we are going to glance at it at the corner of our eye. So we're centering higher, glancing, ear, turn. When you start to turn your neck, you start to turn your hand. Meet here, meet here. You don't want to meet too far apart. You want to kind of meet it together. Okay, that's what meeting is, meeting it a little closer. Then slide. Center, glance, open, higher, ear, glance, turn, meet, slide. Okay? So, let's see. I don't think this is too deep, but remember I said that the 10 form is the simplest of the 3 forms of Yang style Tai Chi that we teach. So the 10 movements come from the gold standard, which is Yang 24 that we'll have class tomorrow at. In repulsing of the monkey, we play our lute, okay? And you can just watch and understand. When we repulse our monkey, we set ourselves up so that we are safe. Does this look familiar? Yes, center and higher. I then have to repulse the monkey in a backwards motion and push him away. I have to do it. He's so persistent that I have to do it 4 times. And this comes from the 24 movement. But when you see it being performed, you can better understand how the movements came about. If I did not have this front hand centered and this hand higher, I would never be able to lift and do a backwards motion. So this is telling us a lot. It's telling us that our 10 form, all simple as it is, are not isolated movements. They have a derivation from the 24 that when we finally move into the 24, we are ready for it. We're prepared for it because we understand how that one movement was a little abbreviated from the bigger form. Beyond that, it is doing Tai Chi. If someone came in here and said, oh yes, it's so easy, this is commencing form, this is repulsing the monkey, you wouldn't detect that it was Tai Chi other than maybe something's being moved. But the thing about Tai Chi that makes it look mystical, magical, inviting, is because the person performing it is truly moving his whole body, almost as if it's in a trance because there's so much concentration and there's so much energy being exuded or generated. Therefore, I cannot teach you the simplified way of just moving your hands. I wouldn't be doing justice to you. And it's not easy to move deliberately, conscientiously, using your core. But if we start now, when we're early on, you will see the development as we, over time.
Just to add a little different slant, I want to just mention some stuff about Tai Chi posture and its practical application, or some of the habits that we as everyday people use that are contra to good Tai Chi habits. And one of them is walking. There's a concept of walking where you walk with a controlled fall. An example is you're walking and you're in a rush. You don't see people in a rush walking straight up. They're walking, I'm this way. This is sort of what can be called a controlled fall, because to not fall, I have to put this foot forward. You chop me here, and my the firmness of the walk is lost, and you go right over. Okay? In this particular case, part of the controlled fall is body forward, but also head forward. So you're out of Tai Chi posture. You could be straight Tai Chi posture, but you're walking in a controlled fall. If you were to use your Tai Chi habits, you are walking. You're shifting weight and everything straight, and your head is not a liability. It's not hanging forward. So trying to go from Tai Chi to everyday activity, that's one way. You get a different posture and sense of balance as you move about. Another thing is you're using your vision. When you're doing your Tai Chi, you're concentrating your vision, you're concentrating on what's beyond just back here. You're looking, as she says, look at a distance. And you're looking, she says, to infinity, but basically you're using your eyes. You're not concentrating, doing something else and trying to get from one place to the other, which, again, is sometimes not good habits, because you're so deep in thought, looking down and doing your controlled fall, and it's just a matter of time before you hit the wrong thing. So that's one thing. Another thing, this is skipping the subject to what she just spoke about. Sometimes with understanding what you are doing, what the intent for a maneuver helps you to understand where your hands should be going. And in this case, repulsing the monkey. You have this hand as she's shown. When you're moving, this becomes an important orienting hand. It orients you to the midline, and you are reversing. In the 10 form, it does not do that other than to just give you a sense of what is the middle. The hand comes up, and you look briefly to make sure that it is coming up here, and then you turn your attention to forward, and you start to do this. It's important that this hand moves from this position down to here, because what it really is intended to do is when you are going to put this forward, it doesn't take much of an imagination where you're trying to hit the guy, your opponent. But you're also trying to grab him. Otherwise, you'd say, why are my two hands doing this? It's really here. You grab his other extremity, you bring him to you, and you deliver the blow, okay? And the hand should be coming from this position, comes down. You're pulling him down. And when you do the repulsing of the monkey, you use your body and you bring him down. You grab him, and you don't pull him just with your arm. You grab him, and you sit back, and you're just like you're towing him. You're not jerking him. There's not that much strength with just the upper extremity, but firm grasp, a little bit of strength here. You are using your core muscles, but you're using your body. just the sheer weight of your body pulling it down. So here, and then you come up here. I see some individuals in their zeal to be up here, they just, it should be, break it down. But as soon as, when you get up in this position, that's the signal for this hand to get ready, because I'm getting ready to grab somebody, okay? And so 2 hands are open, ready to go, coming out. Now, do not leave this so far out that you have to wait. She says, when your hands meet, you have no power then. It's, the hand is, the elbow is flexed. So when you come back here, you're at 3/4 position out, 3/4 position, or you eventually get 3/4 position out here. But when the hands are about to meet, you still have some energy to transfer, and you certainly have enough energy to come back. Okay, so just to remind you.
Good Tai Chi posture. Dropping those shoulders, tucking your butt, hollowing out your chest, middle finger to the side seam of your pants, chin down, head erect, tongue on your palate. Commencing form. Slowly drain the weight off of our left foot as our heel comes up, on your toes, open, toe, sole, arch, heel. Hands rotate to the middle of the thighs. Take a deep breath in as if you're drawing up water. At shoulder level, push down. Flex your knees. Center your left hand. Right hand rises up higher. Open both hands to the ceiling. Bring the back hand to your ear as you glance at it. Turn your face, meet both hands in the middle as you repulse the monkey. Center, higher, glance open, ear, turn, meet, slide. Next week's lesson, don't worry about it. T stance, one hand parallel, one hand higher. You're gonna step out on an L, bring that hand to your ear, turn the hips and waist as if you're brushing your knee. Sit back, sit down. Pivot. Right hand parallel on a T, left hand higher. Ear, heel, turn the hips and waist, brush your knee. Sit back, sit down. Pivot. Hold your ball on a T stance. We're going to part the wild horse's mane. Out on an L, move that ball. Bottom hand advances as if it were sharing a snack or offering a snack to the friend in front of you. Sit back, sit down. Pivot. Hold your ball on a T stance. Right hand out and to the side. Part the wild horse's mane. Flip the front hand, join it with the back hand. Sit back, sit down. Pivot, 12 o'clock cup. We are in a movement called cloud hands. 12 o'clock cup. 2, 3 o'clock flip meet open. Middler cup. 10, 9 o'clock only flip your hands. 12 o'clock cup. 3 o'clock, flip me, close your stance. Middler cup. 10, 9 o'clock, flip open. Middler cup. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, flip your hands, shift your weight up, golden cockerel. Down, shift weight up, golden cockerel. Down, shift weight, cross your hands, right hand on the outside, kick out. Left hand on the outside, left foot coming up, kick out. Holding your ball, right hand on the bottom. Out and to the side, you're gonna ward off, push your opponent away, but yet drag him down as if you're grasping the bird's tail. Sit down, sit back, turn, then square and push him out again. Separate your hands and roll back. And sit down. and push him out yet another time. Sit back, sit down, pivot, left hand on the bottom, hold your ball to center yourself on a T stance. Out on an L, move that ball, push him away, ward off. But yet, drag him down, grasp the bird's tail. Look back, turn, then square, then push him out again. Separate, roll back. And roll forward. Apparently closed. Sit down, sit back, pivot, open, in, tuck the right hand inside of the cross as you embrace the tiger, pulling him up, rotating at your wrists, pushing him out. Shoulder level away, shoulder width away, drop your shoulders, make yourself small as you what? Close your form. Okay, as we close our form.